That's good. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Pam.
Thank you.
Great. So now we move on to the Lyttelton Mount Herbert Community Board meeting.
Yes, our Pam
Has left the conference.
Oh. Elvis has left the room. Oh, the building, yeah. Excellent. Isn't that beautiful? You can sing your report, Paula. Welcome.
You'll see in our report a number of references to the Lyttelton Port Recovery Plan. The hearing for that was held at the Naval Point Club. There were a panel of 3 chaired by Sir Graham Pankhurst, and at the hearing I was very proud of the number and the quality of the submissions that came from our community, many of which supported our position that the plan did not really address some of the social and cultural needs of our community. So we are standing by now for the report from that process, and I think we've got a port recovery planning party meeting scheduled for next week to review. That's supposed to come out this week sometime.
Great.
So that was all I wanted to mention.
Right. Well, I just thought that I'd mention a couple of things. One, congratulations to the board on the Engaging Communities Best Practice Award for Albion Square. And please pass on our congratulations to Anne Jolliffe on her Long Service Award for long-standing contribution. I would add outstanding contribution to the community through her role. I just thought I'd mention the Governor's Bay Jetty too, just the way that the community came together and submitted on the annual plan, the long-term plan was inspiring. It was just great.
Very capable group with a great deal of capacity there.
Yeah. So I'm just really hoping that we can see that to fruition as a collaborative venture rather than a council initiative. Andrew.
Yeah, I went to the Governor's Bay Jetty group last meeting, and they're currently being really proactive, working on an MOU that they want to present to council as a way forward. So they're actually driving this really strongly. So, yeah, excellent. I just had one question for Paula, and it relates to what Pam was saying about the cemeteries. Is there a similar situation to what Pam described, or are you able to tell us about similar situations in the other part of the peninsula to what we've got in Akaroa with cemeteries?
Yes, I think there is, and the Mayor alluded to the 2 Lyttelton cemeteries, which are more or less full, I think. And there was a new cemetery built in Diamond Harbour that was supposed to take a lot of interments going into the future, but it's been found that there are drainage issues, and I think there's a project in the long-term plan somewhere to address that. But I'd support Pam's call for perhaps a bit of a review of the cemeteries master plan, because I remember we submitted at the time that Pam's quite right. People do want to be buried or have their ashes kept in the community they lived and belonged, and I'm not sure that the cemeteries master plan enables that for all communities, and I would say that would be an aspiration for any of these. Looking to develop a city which has got a whole lot of coherent communities in it, perhaps the opportunity to have more smaller cemeteries that help define the character of those communities might be something you could look at again.
It might be good if the work that Jane was suggesting be done with Pam and the Akaroa Wairewa board were also able to extend to Paula and the Lyttelton Mount Herbert board as well, given the situation that Paula's just described.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yep.
Yeah, there is quite a comprehensive, as you well know, plan there, but we're happy to come and talk to you to get your particular issues without making any promises. But we will come and engage with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. That's lovely. Thank you, Jane. Pauline?
Isn't there a, or is it still current, a plan for an eco cemetery over there somewhere? Staff are working with, there's a small group in Diamond Harbour who are quite keen on green burials, and they are working with them, but there hasn't, as far as I'm aware, there hasn't been a solution found for, I mean, there's a few one-off opportunities in the Diamond Harbour Cemetery, but I'm not sure that a solution that will be sustainable in the future has been sorted out.
So is that work still in progress?
Yes.
Do we need to kind of beef that up a bit, or is there any way we could get that? I mean,
Well,
is there land available for that?
If Jane Parfitt sends someone to come and talk to us, we can talk about that at the time. But I don't know that there is land available at the moment that has been identified for this at the moment.
Great. Yanni?
I would be kind of reluctant to do a full review of the cemetery's plan, but I think an update on the actions, because there are a number of detailed actions in there. And it would be really good to get a report on where we've got to. I think we have cut some of the budgets through the long-term plan, so it will have an impact, but it would be good at least to be able to explain what those decisions will mean. I guess the more pressing thing, and I don't know whether the board has had any visibility, is our district plan, because our district is a tool to designate land and to change the current zoning. A lot of the ones on the peninsula and were residential, so there is a rezoning going on at the moment, and I don't know whether there's a process by which the board could input into if there were suitable areas that identified, or at least using that mechanism to actually start getting some of this land put aside. That's probably the more urgent thing. That's the actual mechanism to do it. So I don't know if you're aware of what's happening through the district plan in regards.
I am, yeah.
Is the board making submissions around where those designations should go?
Well, the boards have all been offered
We haven't
support.
thought about looking for an additional site for Lyttelton, but that's something we probably should be thinking about.
Can I suggest when Jane reports back that is a pretty critical
But the
piece of
problem is that there have been all kinds of investigations looking for alternative sites that haven't come up with anything. And part of my problem is I'm not able to. I'm not fully briefed about what work has been done in the past and whether there have been any sites that have been identified.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Andrew, you'd like to move this, and seconded by Glenn. I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried.